Hello everyone, I'm May. Thank you so much for responding to our recent poll in the Better Together Marriages WhatsApp group.
Hi May, and warm greetings everyone. I'm Isaac. If you are married and not part of this group yet, please reach out to us on 082-781-9210 so that we can add you.
In the WhatsApp poll, we asked the question, when emotions are strong in your home, what is usually hardest? And the options were staying calm, listening well, choosing the right words, or apologizing afterwards.
And the highest response was choosing the right words. 60 participants on WhatsApp and Facebook said that when emotions run high, choosing the right words is usually the hardest.
Yep, that tells us something very important. We all love our families. We all care about our homes. But when emotions are high, it becomes difficult to speak in the right way.
Yep, and that is very real. We never plan to hurt the people we love.
But in the heat of the moment, words often come out too quickly, too sharply, or too harshly.
Exactly. And once words are spoken,
They cannot be taken back.
that is why James 1 verse 19 is so practical and so crucial. Let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger.
I really like this verse because it gives us God's order, especially for those strong emotional moments. Number 1, listen first. Number 2, be slow to speak, and maybe speak slowly too. Number 3, do not let anger lead.
So I have a question. Why do words become difficult when our emotions are strong?
Well, sometimes we ask ourselves, why did I say that? Or why did I react like that? One reason is that when emotions are strong, we simply do not think clearly. God's created the brain in a wonderful way. There is a part in the brain called the amygdala. It is connected with the emotional alarm system of the brain. When we feel attacked, disrespected, misunderstood, maybe embarrassed or hurt, that alarm system reacts very quickly and we have that emotional moment. But God has also given us a frontal lobe, the part of the brain that helps us think, reason, choose, and make wise decisions. The problem is that when emotions are very strong, the emotional part of the brain overrides the frontal lobe and pushes us to react quickly.
Wow, this explains a lot. So when we fight or argue or get hot under the collar, it is the emotional brain that is in control, right?
Exactly.
This can suppress or shut down the thinking or the reasoning part, and we become reactive and attacking and insulting. We can't listen to understand the other person. We listen only so that we can react.
Correct. 2 Corinthians 10 verse 5 tells us to take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. Now, the only way Christ can communicate with us is through the frontal lobe. But if the frontal lobe is overridden by the emotional brain, it is difficult to take captive every thought and make it obedient to Christ.
Is that why it's important for us to pause then?
Exactly. So when James says, be slow to speak, he's not just giving us a nice spiritual saying. He's giving us a very practical way to live. We now understand the physiology of what happens in the brain when emotions run high.
And why words become difficult when our emotions are strong. You know, God is so kind in His counsel. He says, pause before you speak. Give your mind time to think. Suppress the emotional brain. Give your heart time to calm down and soften. Give the Holy Spirit time to help you. May our words, they can heal or they can wound. Proverbs 12 verse 18, for example, says, the words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. This verse shows us two kinds of words. Some words cut like a sword, other words bring healing.
And this is very important in the home. The people closest to us are often the people most affected by our words. A harsh word from a stranger may hurt us for the moment, but a harsh word from a spouse, a parent, or a child can stay in the heart for a long time.
Sure. That is why we need to ask ourselves before we speak, will these words heal or will they wound? Am I speaking from love or am I speaking from anger? Will I regret these words later? Am I trying to understand or am I trying to win? So, victory in the home is not about winning the argument. Victory is refusing to wound the person you love. Now let's get to another section. Words that escalate conflict. Are there certain words that we use that can escalate emotions in the other person?
Very definitely. There are certain words and phrases that usually make conflict worse. Words that add fuel to the fire. They do not calm the conversation at all. They label, they make the other person feel attacked, they blame, they push away. These are words like, you always, you never, what's wrong with you? You don't care. Or, I'm tired of you, leave me alone. Or, you're just like your mother, you're just like your father. Words like these almost never solve problems. Instead, they add pain. They are like that spear struck into the heart. They eat away at love and relationship.
And sometimes the issue we started with that was small, but with the words that we use, it made them so much bigger. Now we are no longer only dealing with the original problem, we are also dealing with the hurt caused by the way we spoke. And that is why choosing the right words is so important.
So what can we say instead? Instead of attacking the person, explain what you're feeling. Example, if you didn't feel heard, instead of saying, you never listen to me, try to use the I feel language and say, I feel unheard right now. Can we talk about this calmly? When you feel the person doesn't care about the situation or what's happened, instead of saying, you don't care, maybe try saying, I need to feel that this matters to you. When you feel the other person has embarrassed you, instead of saying, you always embarrass me, try saying, I felt hurt by what happened earlier and I would like us to talk about it.
Sure, that sounds so much better. And I think it gives you an opportunity to pause and to think before you just blurt out something else. You are thinking about your feelings and talking about that. You are still being honest. You are not pretending everything is fine, but you are speaking in a way that opens the door for understanding instead of closing the door through attacking the person. Another helpful phrase, and there are three important parts to this phrase, is the first part is I feel, the second part when you or we, the third part I would like us. So I feel, when you, I would like us. I feel what? Try and identify what you are feeling at this very moment. I feel hurt, I feel embarrassed, I feel frustrated. When you do what? When you interrupt me, and I would like to do what? I would like us to not interrupt each other when we speak, for example. So 3 important words to this phrase that I want to highlight. The first one is feeling, identify your feelings. The second one is the trigger. What is it that gives you that feeling, the trigger? And then the third one is the solution. And note that the solution is always about us. It's never you, because that person will feel labeled or attacked, but let us try not to, whatever the case may be. For example, if the person keep on interrupting you, you say, I feel frustrated when you interrupt me, and I would like us to listen to each other while we talk calmly. Or when you start raising your voice, you can say, you identify your feeling, I feel overwhelmed. The trigger, when you raise your voice, and the solution is, I would like us to slow down and speak gently. It is very important to make every effort to accurately identify your feelings. What am I feeling right now? Because many of us struggle to identify our feelings accurately. Then also accurately identify the trigger. But don't just leave it there. Then you're just criticizing or finding fault with the person. Offer a joint solution. So one more time, feeling, trigger, solution. This kind of language can help a conversation move toward a solution or healing.
And what about tone? Tone also speaks, right? But tone is so often overlooked because it's not only the words we use, it's also the way we say them that is important. So sometimes a sentence may be correct, but the tone is painful. For example, the volume of your voice, your facial expression, maybe there's some sarcasm or a sneering remark, maybe some eye rolling and cold silence afterwards. All of these communicate something, and it is not positive.
So true. Christ-like communication is not only about correct words, it is also about the spirit behind the words. Listen to Luke 6:45. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart brings forth good, and an evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart brings forth evil. For out of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaks. So in other words, your words show what's in your heart. Colossians 4 verse 6 says, "Let your speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how you ought to answer each person." One more, Proverbs 15:1, "A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." So the rude, harsh manners must be softened, and it can only be done by the grace of Christ.
Only Christ can soften and beautify our manners. Now, choosing the right words doesn't mean you must not speak about difficult things, and it doesn't mean you must hide your pain or pretend that everything is okay.
Jesus spoke truth, but he spoke it with love. So Christ-like words are not necessarily weak words. They are wise words because they're prompted by the Holy Spirit. You can be honest without being harsh. You can be firm without being cruel. You can speak truth without hurting the other person. That is the balance we need in our homes and in our relationships.
Exactly. So this week, let us practice choosing the right words. Before you respond, pause. Ask yourself, will these words heal or will they wound? Am I trying to understand or am I trying to win this argument? Is this the right time, the right tone, the right spirit?
And remember James 1 verse 19, "Be swift to hear, be slow to speak, and be slow to anger." Before you speak, please pause. It's worth it. Don't rush to respond. Pray in your heart, "Lord, help me respond with grace."
Yeah, our goal is not to never have disagreements. Our goal is to listen with patience, to speak with kindness, and to repair with humility.
My prayer for all of us is that God will help us to be mindful and intentional, to choose words that heal and not words that wound. And may our homes become places where the Spirit of Christ is seen, not only in what we believe, but in how we speak to one another. God bless you. Join us tomorrow as we look at the second hardest response when our emotions rise. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.